Do you want to learn how to unclog your kitchen sink? Maybe your kitchen sink is backed up and it's driving you nuts. So today I'm going to show you how to do that in 5 minutes or less, and I've got an awesome tool for you that you should be aware of, especially if you're a new homeowner and you've never done this before. Oh, and like with a lot of my videos, you got to watch it till the end because guess what? We've got an awesome surprise for you and I don't want you to miss out on that. So let's get to it. Here's the dual kitchen sink right here. We've got a left side and a right side. They're both clogged, so both sides are clogged. What does that mean? Well, you have to take a look underneath the sink to find out. Well, as you can see here, we've got our two drains underneath the sink, the left side and the right side. Then you have your P-trap, and most likely the clog is right here in the P-trap. And there are only two nuts holding the P-trap in place. So there's nut number 1 and nut number 2. What you'd want to do is unscrew these counterclockwise, and what that'll do is lower the P-trap. Now when you do that, all the water that is up in the sinks is going to drain down. So you need a 5-gallon bucket or a 2-gallon bucket, however much water is up there, because you don't want to mess underneath the sink here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to slowly turn this nut because chances are water may come out of it. I don't really know. We're going to turn this nut here as well. So there, as you can see, water's coming out. Now here's the deal, because water isn't rushing out, that means that the clog is probably right here. So we're going to take apart this pipe. As you can see, water is slowly dripping out. And guys, you want to take your time because a lot of water is going to come rushing out of these pipes. So let this drip. Now look at this. There's a clog right here. This is our culprit. I don't even know what that is. It looks like a marshmallow or something. It's probably grease, right? There you go. Probably should have got the 5-gallon bucket. It's a good idea to put some towels or some rags underneath the P-trap so that when you open up the drain, the water, if any of it misses the bucket, will go down onto those towels or rags. What do you do if the clog isn't in the P-trap? Where is the clog? I mean, if all the water is draining, but it gets to the wall and it's stopping there, that means that your clog is in the wall. How do you reach that? Well, you need to get a hand auger, and the one brand that I totally recommend for you is the Ridgid. Anything Ridgid brand is awesome because they warranty their products, they work, and a lot of plumbers tend to use the Ridgid products. So I like the Ridgid Power Spin, so this is it right here, and it basically is an auger, a hand auger that you spin. So when you spin it, when you hold the trigger here, so what you'll do is you'll hold the trigger, you'll pull the trigger in, and when you spin it by hand, this little tip comes out. And on the end of this is a very sharp piece of metal, and that will catch any kind of clog that is in the wall. So whether it's hair, grease, grime, whatever the clog is, this will catch it. So you can press the trigger like so, spin the drum, and it'll go down into your drain. Once you hit the clog, you can spin it without pressing the trigger, and that will additionally try to clear out the clog. So when you're done and you think you got most of the clog, whether if it's likely hair or some sort of grease buildup, press the trigger again and turn the drum counterclockwise. That will pull this out of the drain along with the clog. Now if you want to, you can attach a drill to the end of this. Simply press the tabs in and pull this off, and it reveals a little stud that comes out of it. Well, that's what I call it anyway. And then you can attach this to your drill, and you can power the drill along with this hand auger down into the drain. But oftentimes you may not need to do that. You don't need that much power. Think about it, you only really need to get the clog on the end of the auger itself and to pull it out of the drain. But it's a really nice option to have. So let me show you quickly how you would use this in the wall pipe that's going into your wall and down into your basement or into the main sewage stack. It's really easy to use. You don't even necessarily have to take the gooseneck out of the wall. You can if you want, but you don't have to. So what we're gonna do is press down on the trigger. So press down on the trigger and feed this into the wall pipe. And spin the drum clockwise. Once you hit the clog, you can simply turn this counterclockwise and pull the auger out. So again, what you can do, you can use a drill to actually power this. You slide the auger onto the drill and tighten it down. You want to feed the auger up into the pipe just like we did by hand. Press down on this and turn it so that it's spinning to the right. See how much more we get out by using the drill? It's a lot more efficient. So you want to reverse your drill and reverse the auger until it comes out. There you go. So we're going to tighten down all these pipes by hand. We're going to put it back together. Just hand tighten them. They don't need to be super ultra tight or anything. I did want to show you one thing, guys. These washers, these concave washers, there's a certain way that they go down into the P-trap to create a watertight seal. The concave side goes down into the pipe. So make sure it looks that way. Not like this, because it will not create a seal, you'll know right away. So the first thing that you do is put the slip nut up onto the pipe and then slide your washer onto the pipe as well. You want the drain to go down into the P-trap as much as possible. So slide that P-trap up. Then you want this section to be nice and flush right here. If it's not, it will definitely leak. So again, hand tighten. Make sure that that washer is down in the P-trap. Hand tighten the nut again. That's why these tabs are on here to help you hand tighten it. Then wipe everything off, make it look nice and clean. Well, the last step is to test and make sure you don't have any drips or leaks underneath the sink. And the way that you do that is run the water on both sides of your sink for probably about a minute or two on both sides. I'm hoping there are no leaks. If you do have a leak, it's probably one of those washers that's misaligned. So you'll have to fix, as I shut off the water, you'll have to fix that washer and the slip nut. So that's probably the culprit for any leak that's underneath the kitchen sink. And I almost forgot, one additional tip is this. Make sure there isn't any kind of dirt or buildup or hair that's on the washer or slip nut, because that will prevent a watertight seal. So it's a good idea to clean those slip nuts and washers. Well, that's it. That's how you unclog your kitchen sink in 5 minutes flat. And I truly think pairing the Ridgid power spin with a drill or a power tool is an awesome combination, and it'll make this job go by super quickly. Again, here are the tips. Tackle the clog first at the P-trap. If that isn't helping out with the problem, then you want to go and try to clear out the clog in the drain that's in your wall using the Ridgid power spin and a drill. All right, so here's the surprise. I'm gonna be giving away one of these power spins back on over at Home Repair Tutor. So go to homerepairtutor.com, just click on one of the links here, and it'll take you over to Home Repair Tutor where you can randomly enter the giveaway. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks guys for joining me in this video. I hope that it helped you out. And while you're over at homerepairtutor.com, sign up for the email newsletter because we talk about giveaways, I give you advice and all sorts of great stuff every single week. You don't want to miss out on it, especially if you're a new homeowner. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.